So, what are some of the other reasons for being a business owner and being in business for yourself? Here's a few. How about this one? Build your own dream instead of someone else's. You can also set your own schedule. Work part-time or full-time, from home or from the office. It's simply your choice. You can also build massive income to take care of the lifestyle expenses of today, while of course affording you the investing capital to secure your long-term future. You can leverage your time. Leverage your time so that you can build a business. And that business then is not solely dependent upon you. And then, of course, how about this one? Turn your life into a tax deduction. This one is huge because taxes are your largest expense in life. Fact. You will pay more in taxes than you pay for housing, clothing, and food combined. So why not take advantage of the over 100 life-saving tax deductions that are available to you for starting and running your own business? This one alone could save you and make you literally tens of thousands of dollars on a yearly basis. And then, here's another reason. The other reason for owning a business is that you can create a major asset. See, by building a strong and profitable business, you can create something that has value and can be sold or borrowed against. It's another way to create more massive income so that you can invest it and build your passive wealth. Because after all, the only way to achieve financial freedom is by developing more passive income than you have going out in monthly expenses. So, we've talked about the benefits of business. Now it's time to answer the question, why real estate? Well, the reasons are too numerous to list here, but the bottom line is that real estate is more predictable and generally more forgiving when you know what you're doing. Its value is all a function of supply and demand. USA Today pulled statistical data from the U.S. Census Bureau to help us understand the population explosion and how this growth in numbers is going to be responsible for the continued expansion of our economy. USA Today cited that every 11 seconds there's another person added to our population. And that means that by the year 2042, the U.S. is going to hit the 400 million mark. And right now, the demand is constant, but the supply is dwindling because builders and developers have just flat shut down. They've gone out of business. This means that in the very near future, the demand for real estate is going to outpace supply. And with interest rates at all-time lows, prices are going to go up. My question to you is this. Are you willing to do what it takes so that you can position yourself in front of this huge wholesale buying opportunity? Or are you going to sit on the sidelines watching everyone else get rich? See, it really comes down to a choice. You can choose to be rich. Let me illustrate a few more reasons why we believe in real estate so much and why we believe real estate is so ideal. First, the I in ideal stands for income. With real estate, you can make money quickly in large sums, or you can make it passively over time. The D stands for deductions. In addition to the tax benefits I cited earlier for business ownership, hey, listen, real estate investing builds on those available deductions so that you can keep more of your hard-earned money working for you. Heck, you can even write off losses against the very properties that are earning you strong profits. Equity is next up. Equity is nothing more than the difference between what you owe and what it's worth. Great thing about real estate is that you can actually increase the value of the property and its marketability without a lot of money out of pocket. This increases your equity position and makes you more money. The A, of course, is for appreciation. It's a fact that over time, real estate values go up. I mean, if you don't believe me, just ask your parents or grandparents what they paid for their first house. Chances are the car you're driving today costs more than they paid for their first home. Last but not least is leverage. See, the more leverage you can use, the higher the rate of return you will enjoy. Let me show you what I mean with this next example. One thing's for sure. Every single real estate market has buyers and it has sellers. Every market. And every market requires a little bit different strategy. Now, with that in mind, let's show you an example of a clean little single-family house with a retail price of $260,000. Now, in today's market, if you paid full retail for this property and then you wanted to sell it quickly for a profit, you'd be sorely disappointed in the outcome. Yet, this is the formula that most so-called real estate investors have been using. As a result, they're in the doghouse, and unfortunately, most of their properties are in foreclosure. See, to win and win big in today's market, you got to learn to invest and not speculate. If the numbers don't work, don't do the deal, because there are plenty of deals, so don't rush the process. At New Variche, we teach our students how to work the numbers and then how to buy at deep discount wholesale prices. Like, of course, the foreclosure market. See, foreclosures are on the rise, and those in foreclosure, they're pretty motivated. They're motivated to sell at a discount, because if they don't, they're going to lose their home, their equity, their dignity, and their credit. The fact is, a foreclosure on your credit rating weighs heavier against you than bankruptcy. The trick is, of course, finding those who have to sell, not just those who want to sell their property. What we do at New Variche is we teach our students how to find wholesale buying opportunities that can be turned around for quick profit or even held on to for years as they ride the appreciation wave up. We also teach our students how to do real estate transactions without using any of their own money or credit. So if you don't have a ton of cash or a great credit rating, hey, listen, you got no need to fear. Now, with that in mind, let's take a look beyond the retail value of this home. Let's start instead with what is owed on the property. The mortgage in this example is $190,000, which means that you have about $70,000 in equity to work with right out of the gate. Now, that's a good number. When you find a deal like this one, you're going to want to be taking advantage of it, man. You'll be doing the happy dance. And for those of you that don't think that deals like this exist, all I can say is you need to get out more. For now, let's just kind of stick to the example. Property is generally in foreclosure because someone stopped making the payments. The missed payments, together with any interest penalties and foreclosure expenses, are referred to as the default amount. To stop the foreclosure and reinstate the loan, the default amount has got to be paid. Now, as investors, we can help the seller stop the foreclosure by bringing the mortgage current. In this case, it would take only $5,000 to reinstate the loan. But let me remind you that before you do anything to bring the loan current, you'll need to negotiate the purchase terms with the seller. That means that you need to negotiate to purchase their equity at a discount. Now, let's say that through asking a series of questions, you find out that they need $5,000 to move and find a new place to live. They're willing to sell you the home, if, of course, you'll stop the foreclosure and give them $5,000 for their equity. The numbers seem to work, and you're ready to move ahead, but only if they stay on the mortgage and provide seller financing so that you don't have to secure a new loan. Let's assume this example that everybody agrees. Everybody agrees and you purchase the home for $10,000 out of pocket. That's all you got into it, $10,000 out of pocket, without using any of your own credit. The wholesale purchase price then would be $200,000. That leaves some room on the table for a quick sale. You see, all things being equal, the number one factor to selling this home against others is price. So my advice, don't get greedy. This home comps out at $260,000. But if you try to sell it at a full retail price, well, it could cost you a whole bunch of money in holding costs while you wait to get your price. Instead, let's say you put it up on the market for sale at $230,000, which is $30,000 below market. Someone looking for a great deal comes knocking at your door, and you sell the property for a $30,000 profit. $30,000 profit. I mean, that's not a bad investment, not a bad day at the office, is it? You just put $30,000 in your pocket from a $10,000 investment. This means that your return on investment is 300%. How would you like to get 300% deal after deal? Heck, why stop there? Listen, let's talk about how we can make this deal even better. What if you borrowed the $10,000 from, say, a private lender, so that instead of using your own money or your own credit, you had zero out-of-pocket expense and zero risk in the deal? What would your ROI be if you put nothing into the deal, but still made $30,000? Can you say infinite? Infinite. Is an infinite rate of return even better than 300%? And what would it mean if you could put a deal like this together, say, every quarter? What about every month? Would an extra $30,000 a month help improve the quality of your life? What if you did it every week? Man, the possibilities are endless, because with real estate, there is no ceiling on your income. Sky's the limits. But before we get too far off track, let's get back to our story.